Hey everyone, it's Jack of JackStoneBricks coming at you with a video a little bit different than most of the content that I put out on this channel. Today I'm doing sort of a set review, although it's not the traditional set review. It's more of an overview of a few sets that have been combined together to create something new. So if you're aware, in 2002, LEGO did have the Spider-Man license and released sets under the Studios line. Now those sets included 1374 Green Goblin and 1376 Spider-Man Action Studio. What many don't know is that they also released this small pack, 25 pieces. It was set 10075, Spider-Man Action Pack. And it was basically a set that allowed you to combine the two previous sets into the World Unity Festival, the first public appearance of the Green Goblin. So I'm aware that just about 2 days ago, one of my favorite YouTubers, Mini Superheroes Today, did a review of this very same set, but I have been waiting on the pieces and I really wanted to make a video on this, so I decided I'll spruce it up a little bit and include some custom minifigures and create a little scene out of it. Well, anyways, guys, if you're enjoying the video, be sure to hit the subscribe button, like button, notification bell, leave a comment if you've got anything to comment about, or wait till the end of the video. You might have more to say, but if you want to leave a comment, go ahead. And yeah, sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Up first, of course, is the Spider-Man minifigure from 2002 and 2003. Not a custom, but he did come with the Spider-Man Action Studio, and I felt like including him just to give you guys a little look at that classic Spider-Man. He's seen better days. He's got a little bit of wearing under the eyes there, but still one of my favorite minifigures of all time. And I'm never really able to decide which one I prefer between these two, but I mean the dark blue is obviously more accurate, but something about that light blue is just really cool. Up next here is Green Goblin from 2003 actually. The one from 2002 did not include the gold printing on the eyes and mouth, but I lost that unprinted helmet a few years back. I have no idea where that is, so I've opted for the 2003 one, which is more accurate anyway, and I prefer, so that's cool. Great minifigure. You guys have seen it 1,000 times before, I'm sure. But one thing I did do is I painted the face flesh. Yeah, it doesn't look great. It could probably use another coat, but I wanted to make the face flesh, and I gave him a bigger, creepier, kind of Norman Osborne sort of smile. So that is Green Goblin. Just such a great minifigure. Still holds up quite well to this day. Up next here is Mary Jane Watson from the World Unity Festival in her red dress. I mean, it's not much of a custom. I just switched out the yellow arms for flesh, the yellow head for the 2004 Mary Jane head, and the hair is dark orange ponytail. They never made the original, actually have it in this little baggie here. This, that hair piece in dark orange, so I opted for a newer piece. And I did do the flesh on the top of the dress there because it was yellow. So yeah, that's Mary Jane. Nothing too exciting about her. Up next here is Harry Osborne, based on his appearance in the World Unity Festival. Basically, I took the 2004 Harry Osborne that came in the, I mean, it's the Doc Ock transformation. I think it's Doc Ock's Fusion Lab set. And then switched out the head because it looked nothing like Harry Osborne. Gave him the 2010, I want to say, like Rebel Trooper, just generic Trooper face, but I did add little bags under the eyes, switched the dimple to black to match the style of the time, and brown for the eyebrows. And then the hair piece is the Mutt Williams hair in a reddish brown. So yeah, that's Harry Osborne. Last but not least, here is Stan Lee in his second silver screen cameo. This is just a knockoff figure that I got on AliExpress about a year ago, but I did do a little bit to it. I added the white, what do they call that? I don't remember what they call that, but the white lines on the hair, the wrinkles on his face I made black instead of like it was this weird kind of like brownish color, and I didn't like that. And then I painted flesh there because for some reason it was yellow. But you know, this is more of a display piece. This isn't like an official figure by any means or something to show as all that special, but it gets the job done, and it's nice to have a Stan Lee on the shelf. So moving on to the actual set, first off, it does include the Green Goblin glider. Did I say Green Goblin? I think I said Green Goblin glider. But it includes this one. This set doesn't include it, but if you get all three of them, which is what I'm reviewing, I guess, you do get the glider. And it's super cool. I'm really happy to finally have this thing. I've always wanted this. I've actually been using a custom glider for a while. I just built this out of some spare parts a while back. But now I'm very happy to have the official thing. I didn't include the stand. There's like a few plates back here, and you're supposed to swing it around like this, but this is fine for me. So yeah, that's the glider. Very cool. You've probably seen it before. All right, a couple disclaimers with the actual set. First off, there is a couple of missing parts. That being, these pieces are supposed to be 6x12, like tiles with plate borders, but or with stud borders. Very rare piece, as many superheroes today also said. And then this is not the official cardboard backdrop. So the official one has a flippable side that is like the wrestling scene from Spider-Man 1. And there's actually a Stan Lee figure cameo on the back of that card. I'm 99% certain, and I'll be showing you that right here. Let me know if you think that's the case down below. But this is just a piece of paper that I printed out, and I also stretched it out because there was a 1 brick tall gap right here, and there's still some of the gap because I had to cut it to allocate space for the bricks, because as you can see that the cardboard pieces go in between these slits, but there's no slit here, so I had to do little scissoring there. So there's still a little bit of gap, but it looks a lot better than it would have if I had the regular piece. You'd just be seeing a whole gap right here. So I'm glad that that's not there. And then there is also these couple little yellow tube pieces. They're supposed to be like barriers, but those pieces are like $20 a piece, and I'm not paying $20 for a little side build that is barely even a build. So yeah, moving up a little bit, we've got the balcony that the Green Goblin attacks. Now, I did include the board members from Oscorp that Green Goblin throws the bomb at and incinerates them in horribly ugly CGI, 2002 CGI fashion. And I think that's just like a funny addition. I like the way that looks, and I'm definitely going to keep that. And then over here we've got Mary Jane. Harry's trying to help her, but he's not really trying to help her. I feel like that's what happens in the scene. He doesn't really do much about her being fallen. Over here you can see it's actually got World Unity Festival printed, and I never noticed that because I've had this set for a while, the Spider-Man Action Studio, for probably a year now. I got it from my friend who got it back at a brick fair, maybe 2014. And then moving on up, there is one last cardboard backdrop. This is the official one. On the back, it says bank. But this is pretty accurate to the windows in the World Unity Festival. It's a very hard thing to say a bunch. It is accurate to the windows in that scene of Spider-Man. So, you know, this isn't anything too crazy, but it's a nice display piece, and I don't have any other Spider-Man 1 sets at the moment. I am really working on trying to bricklink part out the final showdown set. So we'll see if that ever happens, but I probably wouldn't do a video on it if I did get it. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the set. Let's go into a couple closing remarks, and we'll wrap this thing up. One thing I wanted to mention that I forgot about in the previous clip was the set's real only play feature, which is basically, you know, you're supposed to take one of your goblin bombs, throw it on, have it explode, and then this goes, yeah, So that's something. Mary Jane has fallen to her death. Spider-Man was not quick enough to save her, I guess. So, sorry, Mary Jane. Yeah, that's the set. I hope you guys enjoyed looking at it for a little bit. Like I said, nothing too crazy. It's not the best set in the world, but it's really cool that LEGO did a third Spider-Man set back then. I don't really understand why they didn't just all come together and this just be the only Spider-Man one set in 2002. Instead, they did like a $5 Green Goblin glider and like the $20-ish Spider-Man Action Studio, which the Action Studio, in retrospect, is kind of a useless set. If you can just get 25 more pieces and pretty much turn it into this, but you don't really need any of the parts from the Green Goblin set to do this except these lanterns and the flames. That being said, I still really like this set. I love this display piece, and I really like that I was able to get that printed out backdrop for the wall there. Very excited to have this on the shelf. I've been working on parting this set out for not a super long time, but long enough to where I was really excited to get it. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, like I said at the beginning, hit the video with the like, hit that subscribe button, notification bell if you're so inclined. Leave a comment, tell me what you think. What other Spider-Man videos should I do? Stop motions, customs. I've got some customs, though. I've definitely got a custom video coming soon for Spider-Man. But yeah, for now, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.